Hello children, how are you all? Each lesson what we are going with is teaching us some of the other good values, telling us how to come up in your life. Every lesson. Yesterday, what I taught you about, yesterday means not immediately yesterday, it was 2 days back, I taught you about packing. So I told you, packing is not the one that is done just like that. There are certain ways how you have to do packing. We came to know now. Today, we are going to go to the chapter 8, reach for the top, which has got 2 parts. Today I go with part 1, Santosh Yadav. So, who is Santosh Yadav? What is a speciality about her? And what you are going to learn from the lesson, Santosh Yadav, we'll see. Okay, so let us go with the introduction of Santosh Yadav. It's not an introduction, she is the one who has written an article about herself. Okay, Santosh Yadav was born the 6th child in a family with 5 sons, a sister to 5 brothers. She was born in a small village of Joniavas of Rewari district, Rewari it may be, in Haryana. When this article was written, Santosh Yadav was the only woman in the world to have climbed the Mount Everest twice. Did you get my dears? So every lesson, whether it is anything, an idolizing about any person, it can be in the field of medicine or in the life sphere, okay, or it is sports or media, art and culture, anywhere you will come across many great personalities, achievers with lot of struggle, determination, how they have come odds and obstacles in their lives and how they became achievers, or otherwise we can say how they became successful in their life, we can learn. So simply having a determination. When I ask you, you started saying that I want to become a doctor, an engineer, or so many things you are expressing. But simply saying words and dreaming is different, my dears. But achieving the dream is really very important in each one's life. For that, you need to struggle. There are so many, they say, I want to become a cricketer. And they always think that Sachin Tendulkar, he did not study, he's a dropout. What is it there? He just failed 10th class. This kind of reasons you give. But the hard work, the struggle, it's kind of pennies, They were just regularly without, whether it is pouring down, bitter cold, biting cold, everything, the hard, exercise of learning and the practice, what they have done, that made them something great in their life. So now, I'll just tell you something about Reach for the Top. What it is a biographical story which tells us about the lives of 2 great women. I'm talking about Santosh Yadav. There is another character also. Tomorrow we'll go with that. Okay. Great women. Santosh Yadav and Maria Sharapova. I doubt you do not know much about her. I will let you know. It celebrates the achievements of these 2 strong ladies who achieved success despite hardships. So between these 2 women, one thing is common, that they defied all odds and pursued, went on for their passion and succeeded in it. They became successful in their passion. Okay. And the summary through this Reach for Top, you people will learn how hard work and determination can help you go a long way. So it is a kind of a piece of advice to you too, whatever lesson you learn. So there is a inner meaning, a kind of suggestion or advice. They tell you every lesson put forward to you. You need to follow that, and there you can make your life really a great one. Okay. So here the lesson or the information, you can say the message that this particular lesson is given to you is these two: what? Hard work and determination, dedication towards your discipline also should be there, my dears. Discipline means standing and going in a line, not that. Self-discipline, very, very important. Okay. And moreover, not only all these things, moreover, it is also tells us that in order to achieve great success, what we need to have? We require to have determination, training, hard training, and you have to sacrifice certain things in your life. Okay. It shows us that the path of success is not easy, but the results are really very sweet and you feel very satisfied with the result. So this chapter, Reach for the Top, serves as an inspiration for anyone looking to find some motivation to pursue their dreams and walk the path of success. So, let me give you the introduction. Reach for the Top Part 1 is an inspirational account of the phenomenal success and achievements of an Indian woman mountaineer, Santosh Yadav, who hailed from an agriculturalist family. She beat all odds and prejudices to script a success story thanks to her sterling qualities of perseverance, patience, commitment, persistence, and constancy of purpose. Did you understand these words, my dears? That's why I told you, all of you keep your dictionaries on the desk and start checking the meanings. By the end of the lesson, I'll be asking you the meanings of these words. What are they? To become a successful person, what you should have? You should have certain qualities. What are they? Perseverance, patience, commitment, persistence, and constancy of purpose. Okay, so now I'll read the lesson for you all. Be very attentive. Listen to it and try to understand, my dears. The only woman in the world who has scaled means measured, that means climbed, Mount Everest twice was born in a society where the birth of a son was regarded as a blessing and a daughter, though not considered a curse, was not generally a welcome. When her mother was expecting Santosh, a traveling holy man giving her his blessing, assumed that she wanted a son. But to everyone's surprise, the unborn child's grandmother, who was standing close by, told him that they did not want a son. The holy man was also surprised. Nevertheless, he gave the requested blessing, and as destiny would have it, the blessing seemed to work. Santosh was born the sixth child in a family with 5 sons, a sister to 5 brothers. She was born in the small village of Joniavas of Rewari district in Haryana. So now let us go with the line by line explanation over here. First paragraph. The only woman they are referring, whom? Santosh Yadav, who measured, that means went up, reached the top of Mount Everest twice, and she was considered and she was born into a society where they always regarded given preference, importance to a male child. So they used to feel that giving birth to a boy or a male child was a blessing, and giving birth to a girl is not a curse. But it was not very good welcome into the family. A girl child will never was welcomed into the family happily. So when she was expecting, already they have 5 sons, and again the mother was bearing a child. She was about to give birth, and then at that time, usually some holy people will be walking on the streets, asking for alms and all. They used to bless the people who were there in the houses. So she was also expecting to have a son again, and he also blessed her in the same way. But the grandmother of these children, the 5 sons in the family, she said she wanted a girl child. It was quite a surprise to everyone. She was anticipating and she was assuming that she should have a girl. Okay. So the holy man was also quite surprised. Whatever may be, in spite of what he gave, the blessing to the request, and he went on his way. Now, the blessing was working. That is, the grandmother also insisted that they should have a girl child in the family. And then she was born into the family as a 6th child, along with the 5 sons. And she was the sister of those 5 sons. And it was a very small small village, which is called as Joniavas of Rewari district in Haryana. Second paragraph. The girl was given the name Santosh. You know what is Santosh? Bliss, happiness, which means contentment. Here he has given even satisfaction. But Santosh was not always content. Okay, quite opposite. She was always longing to have something, which a place in a traditional way of life. Naturally, in the villages, they go with a traditional life. They give more importance to traditions and customs, but Santosh was not the one to go along with that kind of life. She began living life on her own terms from the start, right? From the childhood, she was a separate attitude child. Her temperament was quite different. She was living all whatever she wanted to. Where other girls wore traditional Indian dresses, Santosh preferred shorts. Looking back, she says now, from the very beginning I was quite determined, very strongly decided that if I chose a correct and a rational path, right path, the others around me had to change, not me. See that a strong determination, whatever it is, I'm going to go in my way. I don't want to change my way. I want others to follow me. See that confidence she has got in her. Santosh's parents were affluent landowners who could afford to send their children to the best schools, even to the country's capital, New Delhi, which was quite close by. But in the line with the prevailing custom in the family, Santosh had to make to do with the local village school. So she decided to fight the system in her own quiet way when the right moment arrived. And the right moment came when she turned 16. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. Santosh was also under pressure from her parents to do the same. So in the third paragraph, she decided she wanted to go in her way in the second paragraph. Now in the third paragraph, what exactly happened we'll come to know. So they were quite rich. Okay, you can say well-to-do family, landowners, and they have the ability to send all the children to the best school and best education they could have afford to give. Okay, They could even send the children to the country's capital, New Delhi, which was very close by. Okay, but in line with prevailing custom, they wanted to go along with the custom in the family. Santosh had to make do to the local village school. So she was sent to the local school. So she decided to fight for this. Okay, she has got her own way. When the right moment arrived, she used to fight and she used to see that her word is the final. Okay, and the right moment came when she turned 16. When she was 16 years old, that is the customary in the village atmosphere or in the tradition of the village side, she should get married. And she was under the pressure. The parents and everyone, the relatives, maybe their neighbors, when are you going to give us a feast? When are you going to get married? These were the quite common things usually you hear in the villages. A marriage as early as that was the last thing on her mind. She threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. When her parents refused to pay for her education, she politely informed them of her plans to earn money by working part-time to pay her school fees. Her parents then agreed to pay for her education. So now how she managed? She said she had got her own way to make her parents listen to her words. Okay, how she made, we'll see here. So the marriage was last thing. Early marriage was the last thing in her mind of Santosh. So she told her parents, if you take the word of marriage, see what I'm going to do. Never in my life I would marry. She said, and she did until unless. Why she was threatening her parents? Because she wanted to get proper education. Okay, then she left her home and got herself enrolled in a school. She went off to nearby Rome. So she went to Delhi and she got herself admitted into a school. Okay, when her parents, they said, okay, you are taking your own decisions. Then see, we also have our own decisions. Sorry, we are not going to pay for your education. The fee and all, we are not going to pay. Okay. She did not say anything, very politely, very nicely. She did not argue, she did not fight, she did not cry. She simply said, okay, fine. If you don't pay, I won't bother. I'll work somewhere. Part-time job I'll look. And I get some money, that amount I'll be paying for my school fee. That's what she said. Now, immediately the parents agreed for whatever she demanded. How she could manage that, and why did they agree? Can you say, any one of you? Yes. So that is because it is a prestige issue. So they are landowners and the girl is going and working and doing means that is really a blot to their family. So they come down and agree to pay the fee for her education. Wishing always to study a bit more, and with her father slowly getting used to her urge for more education. The father also got used to her demands. What is the demand? She wants to study. Other than that, she didn't ask anything. So he also slowly got used to her demands and he was listening, getting used to her urge. Urge means the eagerness to study, to get more and more education. Santosh passed the high school examinations and went to Jaipur. She joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba Hostel. Santosh remembers Kasturba Hostel faced the Aravali Hills. I used to watch villagers from my room going up the hill and suddenly vanishing after a while. One day I decided to check it out myself. I found nobody except a few mountaineers. I asked if I could join them. To my pleasant surprise, they answered in the affirmative and motivated me to take a climbing. So Santosh, she finished her high school education and went to Jaipur. And there she joined into Maharani College, and also she has taken a hostel, Kasturba hostel. She has taken a room and she started. And now she recollects after achieving certain heights. She starts thinking, oh, that day. Kasturba, she tells us now, Kasturba hostel faced the Aravali hills. I know you all have studied this in your social subject. I used to watch, I means here who? Yeah, Santosh Yadav. She used to observe, watch, see villagers from her room going up the hill, and suddenly they vanish, disappear, not to be seen. After a while, after some time, she wanted to see them. Maybe they went down or they came, she could not make out. So one day she thought that, okay, let me go and find out. If I ask anyone, they may say or may not. So let me see all by myself. She went and saw, and there she found some mountaineers. Mountaineers, who will be climbing the mountains. So she went and asked them, can I also join? Okay, she wanted to join the mountaineers group. And it was a pleasant sign. Okay, she was quite happy because they agreed. They immediately answered, yeah, you can, of course, and motivated her to take the climbing. So that was the first time she started. Okay, children, now I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we go with the next part of the lesson from 6th paragraph onwards. Please give a reading to the lesson and try to understand and as much as you can. And do you remember I asked you the words? Okay, it's time now. I need to go and your teacher is already waiting. So let me just wait for your answers tomorrow. What were the words I have given to you? I know what are the meanings, but I want you all to also check and tell me what were the meanings of the words that I have given. Perseverance, okay, all these persistence and commitment, all these things. Okay, my dears. So now I'm going to stop here. Meet you tomorrow again. Until then, bye-bye.